All right. Marsupial Modular Quiver. I mean, people are hyped about this thing. I was so hyped about this thing. You know, I only started using a quiver, like a hip quiver or a range, like field quiver, last year. And, I was doing the whole, like, no knocks on anybody if they do this, but the whole, like, arrows in your pocket thing, which is fine, it works. But this is great. I can throw all my stuff on a quiver, be set, be done, grab the quiver, run out to the range, boom. So, that's what I was doing. Bino harness and stuff too. And that's, that pretty much will get you covered in terms of what you need for the range. It's not like you got to have a whole backpack and stuff like that on your day-to-day shooting. Obviously, you guys know me. I've been through a million colors of the marsupial enclosed bino harness. I love that thing. Every color that comes out, I'm like it's a bat. I'm a girl with a purse basically, and that's fine. There's no harm there, right? I mean, I say there's no harm there. Who knows, right? But this quiver coming out, I was so amped when they announced this. All the quality, the stitching, the made in America, the components, the quality of the actual materials that are used, that from your enclosed bino harness or your regular bino harness from Marsupial, whether you got a bow case from them or even their new rifle cases. They have all their waterfowl stuff. I love their stuff. I've always loved their stuff. So let's get into it, right? What separates this from other quivers? What do I like? What do I not like? First impressions. I've only had it a couple weeks now and I love it. One, it's form. So, I'll show some pans of this stuff, but inside here, there's actually a removable piece that is a divider for your arrows, and it divides it into 3 sections. And right now, I mean, I've had a dozen in there without any problems at all. I'm pretty sure I could probably get a couple dozen in there. There's 3 rows of molly webbing. That molly webbing runs horizontal across the top piece. Then there's 2 more rows of molly webbing on the wing. And that wing is it's not new to quivers, but it's new to people if you haven't, I guess it's new to you if you haven't seen it, right? And you can attach all kinds of things to that takes some molly webbing. So I'm going to hit some questions right out of the gate that I've gotten in the couple of weeks that I've been shooting this, either at the range or questions I've gotten through DM after photographing this thing. Attachments. What attachments? The whole basis around this quiver is that it's modular. You can add things to it. I have a marsupial fanny pack. You can actually put that right here on the front. It's a little overkill because of how big the fanny pack is, but you absolutely could do it. What I'm going to be running on this, is a release pouch that's going to be going on the wing section of the hip quiver, as well as their down under pouch from Marsupial, which will go on the top piece. My plan to run, how I'm going to run that is on the top piece with the down under pouch. I'm going to put Allen's and maybe a spare release. At the range, I like to have a hinge and a button. So if you guys like to have multiple releases, you could throw them in your pouch. That's no big deal, but I just don't like stuff clanging around. I also like to have a small set of like stubby Allens and stuff to get into your scope to make adjustments. I tend to have a sight book on me, like no matter what, and some stickers or tape that you're putting on the target, or golf tees. So the pouch, right? That's in Proto now. They're sending one out, so I will get something out to you guys, a follow-up or an Instagram post that will show you the ins and outs of that pouch. But like I said, my idea here is I'm going to run their down under pouch here, and on the wing here, I want to run the pouch for my, not for my quiver, for my release. How the thing is constructed. So you do either buy a webbing belt from them or a webbing belt that you have currently to run through the back. It just goes right through the wing here. You guys can see that. I'll get some pans of this. And then you can see the back is just rows and rows of MOLLE. I've seen this attached to packs. You could attach this to any packs. You know, I'm not naming any names, but I have a few in mind right now that you could attach directly to through MOLLE webbing system. On the front here, there's also a couple of compartments. So there's a zipper elastic pouch, kind of like what's found in your marsupial bino harness in the front. So I like to throw a spare release in there. There's an expandable like elastic pouch with no zipper here. And then there's a big zipper pouch here with more MOLLE webbing on the inside, and it is a little bit more reinforced. It's a harder material, you know, very similar to what you'll find in a bino harness that in the backing. I slap on like a rangefinder right on the MOLLE webbing, but you can do literally anything, and that's kind of the cool thing. There's also some sewn in side pockets for you know, pens, pencils, things like that when you're marking up your sight tapes. But yeah, I cannot say enough good things about it. I mean, it looks great. The materials are great. The stitch work's amazing. And this thing has just been so comfortable, lightweight. That wing sits on your front, and the quiver hangs off on an angle, and you can. So when you order them, they're left and right-handed. So I'm a right-handed shooter. I'm personally using a left-handed quiver that is biased to the back. So it's when it's on, the arrows are pointed to the back. You can swap that wing, you know, on either side. So when you order it, you know, keep that in mind. That part can be a little confusing. You think right-handed, I'm right-handed, but you know, depending on where, if you want your arrows pointed to the front, if you take them out this way or if you take them out this way, totally up to you. But that is what it is in terms of like on their site and how you order. What else? Oh, colors. So currently right now, it's in their Ranger Green, which is what this is, or their Coyote Brown, which is the accent to this Ranger Green, that brown there. And it's all uniform. Those are the colors, you know, like I said, very similar to the initial color palette for the bino harnesses. And there will be more colors coming, and fingers crossed on a frog camo, because you guys know how I feel about my frog bino harness. It's the best thing ever. I love it. So more retro camo would be awesome. But the guys at Marsupial are awesome. They're pumped. They've been working tirelessly to, you know, get these out. I know launch was crazy, and this will be something that is, you know, constantly worked on so that they're in stock and ready for you guys. Just like the bow cases kind of come and go. You know, demand is high for those things. So hopefully, you know, this answers some of the prelim questions. Like I said, I'll give some more clips of what to look at here and what you can see. I'll give you some little close-ups and things like that that you haven't already checked out on my Instagram. My Instagram, if you don't already follow me on Instagram. I'm definitely more active on Instagram. There's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of product photography on this that's out there, so you can kind of get really, you know, the nitty-gritty down dirty of this product. But yeah, first impressions, I mean, I couldn't be happier. I was running another quiver system that I loved and had literally zero complaints with. And this quiver system, it's just, I just can't even believe how just comfortable, light, the arrows, the containment of the arrows. You know, that, I skipped over this part, but the internal compartment, that's Velcro. That can come out if you just want one compartment for your arrows. I personally love, you know, I have 3 or 4 arrows in each compartment, and it kind of, in my end, kind of helps me keep track of how I'm doing and how I'm progressing through my end. But like I said, you know, to each your own. But yeah, this is, if you guys are looking for a quiver, this is an awesome system. And with all the molly webbing, I'm actually like, I'm kind of just like thinking like now while I'm talking to you guys, but like I might just run this on the back of my backpack for tack, rather than run it through PVC or just out of a pocket. I'm undecided on that, but it's so easy to attach. So if you guys have any other questions, you know, just drop them down in the comments. I'll hit them up. You know I will. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's the same name, Joe Gabo, as my YouTube channel. And yeah, thanks guys.